these shows aren't scripted. I'm sure you probably know that by now, but I'm always just trying to let my spirit guide me into what we should talk about, what we should do, what we should say, so on and so forth. This is a free flow show where we're just gonna have fun. We're gonna talk about our experiences. We're gonna talk about, the good times we've had as a team, some of the, fun. I know Coach Wade got a lot of stories he love to share. We can share all them stories right now. We got a full hour to do it. But the thing that came to my spirit when I was turning on to this street, I said, people still don't understand who Kenny Porter is in the boxing world. And so I still have people ask me, did your dad box? Yeah, he boxed. Did your dad? I said, no, he didn't fight pro, but trust me, he did enough. So tell people when you were first introduced to boxing.
First introduction.
Hold it up, Dad.
First introduction. First introduction, I'm like 4 years old. Mm-hmm. And they take me to a gym, and I see Larry Holmes. How do I know that? Because everybody around there said, that's Larry Holmes. Mm-hmm. Everybody's yelling at him. They're sparring. That's what they're doing. So Don King was from Cleveland. I'm from Cleveland. And he had guys in Cleveland training. And Larry Holmes was one of the guys he was working with. That's the first glimpse of it up close. Wow. Then after that, you see Muhammad Ali on TV and things like that. You see that kind of stuff going on, right? And we're talking early 70s. And then by 1980 or so, I was hanging with little buddies and they wanted to play basketball. We go into a little police athletic league to play basketball. While we're there playing basketball, just throwing the ball around. I've never been involved with any basketball teams. At this point, I've wrestled competitively for a Catholic school, and I've also done gymnastics, and I've been playing football. So I'm doing some stuff, but I ain't touched the ball yet. Yeah. Not a basketball.
That's how I was when I first started playing ball. I was just rough on everybody. I didn't know how to control my body. I was just rough on everybody.
Yeah, so. I'm just, and so we just throwing the ball up. And then some guy says, all right, everybody get in a line over here and throw the ball up, shoot the ball. So to me, it's just shoot the ball, go next person shoot the ball, kind of like horse type thing. And then it wound up, some of the guys were having to get out of the line. They were taking guys out of the line. Then they did a layup drill. You made it, you go. I made a little layup. All right, you go. I don't know how I made the layup, but it's happening, right? And then it comes to a point you start to see people getting put out of the line. So I thought it was kind of like horse. I'm out of the line now, right? Yeah. Well, after a while, they said, okay, you guys got to leave the gym. And the other guys start laughing. Y'all got to get out. Y'all got to go. Y'all got to leave. And they making jokes and they making fun. And I'm just, having fun, but now it ain't fun no more, right? So my go-to for everything, my answer for everything is fight.
Yeah. I'm upset.
Yeah, that's my answer for everything, right? Because I'm already, at this point at 12, I've already been getting paid to fight. So I've been getting paid. Literally people would call my mother and be like, hey, where's Herc at? Where's Hercules at? He in the house, send him over here, ask him when you make $20. Somebody was in mama's garden, And this is a regular. So I'm ready to rumble, right? And these guys said, y'all got cut. I never knew we tried out. It said y'all got cut. I'm like, somebody try to cut me, we gonna have a, come on, let's go. I'm ready to fight. So this guy, this old guy says, man, what you doing? I said, I'm waiting on them to come out because I'm gonna beat them up. He said, you gonna beat up the whole team? I said, I'm beating up everybody, especially the tall ones, right? He said, you don't even know how to fight. I said, yeah, I know how to fight. You'll see when they come out, because I've been fighting. And I've been getting paid to fight, right? Yeah. And I been on the wrestling team for 2 years or 3 years at this point. I'm good, right? Let's go. Dude take me into the gym. He said, come on in here. I'm going to show you how to fight. Clint Martin.
Yeah.
Godfather boxing. He takes me in. You remember Clint?
Raynell. He coached Raynell too, right?
Yep. And he was my first coach.
Yeah.
And he take me into the boxing gym, and I'm thinking, uh-oh, we gonna be fighting, right? Nope. Stand in front of this mirror, hold your hands up, and see how long you can hold them up. So I'm 12 at that point. And I'm standing in the mirror for about 2 months, Barry. He don't let you hit no bag.
Jab.
That's it. Just working on footwork and a jab. Yeah, that's it. So that's my intro. Mm-hmm. But again, like I said, and I've said this to you before, and for those who question if I boxed professionally, I did everything you can think of, and I got paid for it. Everything from before it became UFC. Yeah. I did tough kickboxing. I did tough man contests. Won quite a few of them. I won Ohio. I won New York. I got paid.
But hold up, because you're right. But in your early 20s, that's when you got back into the sport, right?
Well, no, I went a different direction with football and weightlifting and stuff like that. Then I came back to boxing.
And when you came back to boxing,
nonstop.
You came back to boxing. We were already born at that point. We were already like coming to the gym at that point.
No, when I came back, y'all was babies.
We were babies.
Yeah, I came back in 1990.
At that point in time, were you already training yourself and training other kids?
No. In 1990, I was being trained by Clint Martin.
Okay.
So I went back to. Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know you went back to Clint.
I went back to Clint.
I didn't know that.
I was with Clint.
Yeah.
And he said, "Motherfucker, where you been?" And that's what he said. I went back to Clint. I was with Clint for about a year.
Okay. I'm 3 years old at that point.
Yeah.
1990.
About a year.
Yeah.
So in, I want to say, summer of 92, you had your first sparring session.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you hadn't turned 5
I
yet.
was almost 5. It was
You'd
the
be
summer.
5 in October. But this was summer before I left for the Ohio State Fair. So I fought in the fair that year. Mm-hmm. Right.
Wow. Yeah. I like to tell that story. I'll tell it in a second. But even when you fought in the fair, you were training the other guys at that point, right?
No. When I fought in the fair, I wasn't training anybody.
You weren't training nobody. That was what, 92?
That was 92 fair.
Okay. So then, all right, Dad. In 93, you started training people.
I'm training. Yeah, I started training somewhere along in there. Yeah, I started training guys. Yeah.
And then I always like to tell the story my way, but I'm gonna let you tell it.
But again, remember what you would call training. Like Barry is a trainer.
Yeah.
I was a boxer who was training people.
Right.
So I'm on the floor with them. I'm sparring with them, and I'm training them. But I'm not officially a trainer.
But you're not coaching them.
Right. I'm not officially a trainer, and then. Moses Jacobs' dad, Robert Jacobs' dad, God rest his soul. Yeah. He says, I want you to get your trainer's license.
Okay.
And the first fighter I had was Deshaun.
Was it Higginbottom or was it
not Higginbottom? DeAndre, yeah. DeAndre Johnson. That was the first fighter. Yeah. And he made it to the finals of the national championship, lost in the finals to Hector Camacho Jr.
Wow.
The son.
Wow.
They was 14.
Yeah.
And so to tell you how long ago that was, I think Hector's probably about 45 now.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to tell this story and then I'll let you tell it, but and my perception of me beginning to box was you didn't want us at the gym eating. You didn't want us at the gym playing around. Like we would play around the three brothers. Yeah. We were stair steps. So I was 4, 5, and then 6 years old. And I remember my mom, she would bring us up and she would always stop at Taco Bell or Burger King or something like that. I remember one day we came in and you said, put that food down. Rule number 1, no food in the gym. And then you said rule number 2, no sitting down. And that's how I remember it. And then we started, you put us on the Clint Martin tour. What was it from your standpoint?
From my standpoint, DeAndre Johnson won state, won region, got to the finals of the national championship, fought for the belt of the Silver Gloves in the finals, lost to Hector Camacho Jr., Hector Macho Camacho Jr. Yes, and came home. And when he came home, he was 14. He came home, and I was in my early 20s at that time. He came home, and everybody came after him. They wanted him because he had just made it to the championship. And everybody literally was trying to fight me for this kid.
Take him from you, yeah.
Yeah, they wanted to fight me for this kid. They actually sent a couple people at me to fight me, right? and I'm all for that. That's me. That's me all day. But I got to thinking about it when a family member came to me from his family, and I got to thinking about it, and I'm sure Barry can attest this. If I beat the boy's uncle up, the boy ain't gonna like me no more. I ain't winning. So, when that family get in, you just have to make that decision, and that's what I did. I said, if I'm gonna fight for a kid, I'm gonna fight for mine. Mm-hmm. So that's when I brought y'all to the gym the very next day.
Oh, wow.
And started training y'all.
Yeah.
Nobody could take y'all away from me.
Yeah. Wow. That's
how that happened. I came the very next day, started training y'all, and however many years later,
wow.
DeAndre sees me and he said, man, I wish I had just stayed with you.
Yeah. I remember as a kid, the commotion of trying to take your fighter from me. I remember that as a kid, but of course I didn't really understand it, but wow. One more thing. When you were 15, 16, you played football, and you would go from your football practice and you would go to another another field?
No, I went to like a little project neighborhood. The projects, the brick city type thing. Projects. I went to the projects. Yeah. I didn't live there. I lived in a house that was maybe a couple blocks from there. But I would go over there because there were kids over there that didn't have fathers or didn't have brothers or didn't have nobody do anything with them. So I would go over there and work with the kids.
And you had a clipboard?
I had a clipboard at 14.
Because that's what you saw on TV, or?
Yeah, I seen that on TV. But we used to, in school, we used to write up plays to try to take to our coach and ask him, can we run this play? Because we want to score a touchdown. Yeah. All you want to do is score a touchdown. All I wanted to do was score. So we would be writing up plays in lunchroom and stuff. And they'd be like, man, coach gonna like this one. Yeah. And so we was writing up plays and we used to, we used to do X's and circles and stuff like that. And I would just take that to those kids and do the same thing with them. Yeah. And then I got a marker from school and started putting numbers on their back, on their T-shirts and stuff. Yeah.
I just want to,
And they was calling me coach. So I was doing it at 14.
I've always referred to you as a genius.
Well, you got a bunch of geniuses sitting here. I'm gonna tell you.
We're gonna get to them. We're gonna get to them.
No, I'm telling you right now.
We're gonna get to them. But I really wanted to narrate that and show people that you as a coach, your understanding of how to teach, your understanding of how to coach, how to motivate, how to inspire, how to uplift, and all those sorts of things. It didn't start when you were 20 years old and you had us. No. You know what I mean? It didn't start when we were 8 years old and you started taking us to different tournaments. It didn't start when I turned pro. For a lot of father and sons, that's kind of how it goes for them. Yeah. The father finds out that he has something unique and says, to your point of, hey, can't nobody take my son away from me, I'll take over. And I want people to really understand, like, you did this well before Shawn Porter came into this world, and this is who you are before Shawn Porter came into this world.
Absolutely.
And once I came into this world, my brother came into this world, I think you really found your purpose, and you may not have even looked at it as your purpose back then, but I think certainly now we can say, hey, you were made to teach, you were made to coach, you were made to help young kids get further in life, young adults get further in life, and you work with women as well.
Yeah, but don't forget, I created a nonprofit organization in 1994 dedicated to keeping kids off drugs, alcohol, and other violent situations, which is called the Untouchables.
Untouchables. Hey, exactly. Wait, he would want us to win a fight and then go, you. I was not trying to go. I wasn't trying to win no fight. Talking about some you. Yeah.
Right. But I was always. We would shut it down, and when we would finish working out, we shut it down, and we would sit and we would talk and discuss everyday problems that y'all was dealing with. And I know y'all didn't have them. Yeah. But we would deal with that stuff, and we would deal with the kids that was getting in trouble and the kids that was going to the detention home and stuff like that. So you remember when I took you guys to the detention home?
Yes.
I take them to the detention home, and they thought that these guys was bad too, so they put them right in there with the scared straight dudes. Yeah. Right? And me being the protective dad, I run in and get them out of there.
Snatch them out.
I said, nah, my sons can't be in here.
I don't want them to get none of this.
They can't be in here with the criminals. But you know, I had that one.
Yeah.
We come in there, this dude in here playing cards with him. You know what I'm talking about, right?
You're not talking about Marcus, are you?
No,
Who you talking about?
I'm talking about Tiger.
Oh, wow.
McDowell.
Yeah. That's
I'm talking
silly.
about McDowell. He's in there playing cards with the man. This is a prison. I mean, this is grown up. This ain't detention home. This is 21 and over. When they took them back there, I said, no, they can't. I got to know. Y'all got to bring them out. Officer, can you get them out of there? Bring both of them, him and him. They coming out of there. Come on, get them out of here.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, where's the other one at? He's down the hall over there. I said, let me go see what he's doing. I go down here. He playing cards, B.